Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anna. I'm gonna do something today that I normally don't do. This is probably my first time actually doing a review where I really try out something, and I'm also going to do a wear test and some first impressions, and this video is a lot, so it's probably going to be a long one, but I'm gonna try and see if I can make it a little shorter. And why is my phone on my bed? Okay, let's just pretend it's not there. And the products that I am talking to you about today is the Max Factor Miracle Second Skin Hybrid Foundation Hydrate, Protect, Renew Coconut Milk Pre and Probiotic Complex SPF 20. So this is a hybrid foundation, so it's basically like a tinted moisturizer kind of, I feel like, and I'm gonna apply this to my face and tell you what I think about it. And I know that this is easily accessible in Norway and other Scandinavian countries, in the UK at Boots and Superdrug, and also pretty much everywhere in Europe. But if you're in the US, you probably won't be getting Max Factor that easily, and in that case, I'm sorry, but this video is probably not for you. But if you do have Max Factor, it's a nice brand, and this is a fairly new product to them, so I thought I would test it out. This testing video thing should have been done a long time ago, because I bought them a long time ago to review them, but I just haven't been on YouTube. I'm also testing the Max Factor Facefinity All Day Flawless Concealer, which I've had for a while, but I recently opened it and I'm gonna see what it's like. And then I'm also testing the new-ish Max Factor Miracle Sheer Gel Blush and Bronzer things. So these are interesting. You'll see me applying them later on, and they are basically just cream, like gel bronzers and blushes, and they come in a few different shades, and they are kind of fun. So that is what I'm going to apply to my face today, and we're gonna get this look right here. And then I also did my Colourpop Sweet Talk palette, and I filmed it, so if you want to see that, might be up at some point. And other than that, let me just apply this makeup and then I'll tell you what I think. So here we are. I'm gonna apply the Max Factor Miracle Second Skin Hybrid Foundation. Looks like this, comes in a tube, and it says Hydrate, Protect, Renew Coconut Milk Probiotic Complex SPF 20. I do have a little bit of the Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen underneath. But that kind of acts like a primer, so I'm not going to use a primer on top. I'm just gonna put this on, and the way I've been using this one, because I've been trying it out a few times, is just with a sponge most of the time, and that does make it even more sheer, but that's just, a sponge is the way I like to apply it. So I have the shade 02 Fairlight, which is pretty yellow, as you can see, but it matches my skin tone pretty well at the moment. So this is just one really thin layer. It's like one big pump, and you'll be able to see that it doesn't really give a lot of coverage. Like, even putting it on my bright red lips, well, not bright red, but fairly pigmented lips, the color still shows through a little bit, and you can see around my nose, definitely not covered. But I think like one layer, you get a little bit of like an even skin tone. It does help a little bit, but it doesn't really do that much. So if you want a really light coverage, you can get that with just one thin layer. But we are going to try applying just a little bit more before I do my concealer. So I'm gonna do like almost one pump on the back of my hand, and then just a little more on the cheeks, forehead, chin, and nose. And what I can say with this one, we're gonna do a wear test today. I'm doing my makeup quite late, so it's probably, I'm gonna do like check in before I go to bed, because it's currently 2 p.m. and I have nowhere to go until later. But when I come back tonight, we're gonna see how this looks. But what I can definitely tell you right away, and after using it previously as well, is it looks nice on the skin. It's not the most long wearing foundation. It's probably not supposed to be the most long wearing either, and it would probably work well with fairly dry skin, but if you have very dry skin, I'm not sure it would work, because it has almost like a gel texture. And also another thing that I forgot to mention is the scent. It has a very distinct, quite heavy scent to it. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's definitely something. I think it must be like the coconut milk thing. It doesn't smell the way the Too Faced products smell, the ones with the coconutty scent, and not really like anything else that I've tried that has a coconutty scent either. But it's definitely kind of like tropical, but it's weird. And if you really don't like scented products, because I can still kind of smell it now after applying it, if you don't like that, just skip this product, because it would probably bother you. Okay, so I am happy with the way this is looking right now. And let me just, before I do anything else, zoom you in and you can see what it looks like up close. So here it is, up close and personal. It actually looks a little, not really dry, but it definitely sets on my nose so that it almost looks like I've powdered, but I haven't. In the rest of my face, it looks pretty glowy and nice, but on my nose, it kind of looks like I've powdered. And it has kind of set into those little lines that I have right there. I'm not sure if you'll be able to notice on camera. It also made my face look kind of yellow, but I promise it looks better in real life than it does on camera. I'm now going to put on the Max Factor Facefinity All Day Flawless Concealer. This is a Flexi Hold Long Lasting Coverage Concealer, and I have the shade number 20. And I'm just gonna, this is also fairly yellow tone, as you will be able to see. And you must have noticed my little red mark there. That is from removing some stuff that I had on my skin. And we'll see if this can cover it. I'm also applying it to my chin, where I would normally want a little more coverage, and around my nose, because I have a lot of redness around my nose. That's like my main problem area, so I like to conceal more around there. Okay, so it didn't really cover the red mark perfectly. I'm just gonna see if it's buildable, but to be honest, it doesn't really bother me at all if it shows just a little bit. That is actually not bad. It's almost gone, and it was pretty bright red. So this concealer definitely covers what it needs to cover, and we'll see if it's as all day flawless as it claims to be. We'll find out. But this is actually just my second time using the concealer, so I haven't really formed an opinion on it. I'm just using it because this is pretty much a Max Factor only face makeup thing, and I wanted to use it. And now we're also kind of putting it to the test, like on the wear time today. I'm gonna put on my Max Factor Miracle Sheer Gel Bronzer and Blush next. I have the shade 5 Light Bronze and the shade 1 Dreamy Rose. That's the blush. And they both come in 2 shades. Actually, blush might be 3 shades. And the Max Factor Miracle Sheer Bronze thing is 2 shades. And I'm gonna start by inserting a clip of the first time I used them, because these say cooling gel texture on them, which is probably the reason why I bought them, because that sounds fun. And when I tried them for the first time, I really put that cooling gel texture thing to the test, and here you can see what happened. I'm gonna try just applying it straight on. I feel like I saw a demo, I think I saw just a demo on Max Factor's website where they just kind of painted it on, and I'm gonna have to look in my mirror for this, and I'll try blending it out with a brush on this side and my sponge on this side. Here we go. Wow, that is really cooling. Oh my god, that feels so weird. Is it a little bit patchy, maybe? I feel like it just kind of stuck to the little baby hairs that I got here. Okay, so it's definitely, it says for a fresh glow in seconds. It's definitely glowy. I wonder how this looks with powder on top. And this, I'm pretty sure this is the type of product you would not be able to put on top of powder. And I can see that when I painted, I kind of have like foundation marks, foundation on the little stick. So it definitely rubs off the foundation that I have underneath, I feel like. I am not really sure about this. Let's try with a sponge. I'm gonna continue just drawing it on. Wow, the cooling feeling on the skin is just absolutely the weirdest thing. And because it's like a gel texture, it just glides on top of the skin in a weird way. I feel like that blended out a lot easier, but it also sheared it out quite a bit, because as you can see, if I go like that, it looks quite dark. And then it goes a more natural color quite quickly. I don't have the Max Factor Miracle Second Skin foundation underneath, just because I wanted to try it on top of something that I know that I like this first time. It does not look bad at all on either side, but it also didn't really do that much. But I like that it's glowy, but it also doesn't really feel super tacky like you would expect a gel product to do. Now let's try the blush. So it's the exact same format of product, Miracle Sheer Gel Blush. Oops. And the color is number 1, Dreamy Rose. So can I get this up? So it looks like that. Really pretty pink color. It has a kind of blue shift to it almost. Interesting. Okay, so using a brush on this side. This is what I'm most nervous about, kind of I'm more nervous about the blush taking away the product underneath, because I want to have coverage underneath my blush. I don't really need as much coverage where I put bronzer on, but like right here, I need my coverage. That looks really natural and actually really nice. Let's try on this side. It took a bit of blending because, as you can see, where I apply it, it gets quite saturated immediately, but it blends out surprisingly well and even quicker with a sponge. Okay, that looks nice. I wonder how this builds. I can definitely tell that I have some foundation on the stick this time around as well, which I don't love, but it doesn't really seem to affect how my skin looks. Don't really need any more blush on this side though. It looks really patchy when I put it on with the stick, but then it blends quite quickly on top. And this gives a really nice glow to the skin. I think I like it. First impressions, it's a really weird texture, but I think I can get used to it. We'll see. So I would say if you like sheer bronzers and you like cream products, and maybe you've tried cream products before and you haven't really enjoyed it because it's too much, you will probably like these. But I have to admit, for myself, I like a little more, and I do prefer my Chanel Bronze Universal over this, and also probably pretty much all cream bronzers that I've tried, and like cream contours and stuff that have a little more impact. I just like that, and most of the time I will put something else, like a cream, no, a powder bronzer or something on top, because it just doesn't give me enough of a bronzed look. But it does give a really nice glow to the skin. And if you are into sheer coverage and like more sheer products, all of these are definitely perfect for that. Something else to note is that you can definitely build them up. So I've been kind of dipping into the brush and just going over, but it doesn't really make it a lot darker, even though you build it up quite a bit. But it also doesn't like not work, but you won't be able to build it up to be an intense bronzer. Some people might look at me now and think that is definitely enough bronzer, and well, maybe it is, but I do like a really bronzed look, so that's just me and my personal preferences, but I'm fairly happy with this. So the blush I also sometimes just paint it on, but it can be, it's not harder to blend, but it just looks like it can get a little bit of like harsh edges if I'm not careful. So I'm just gonna use a brush. This is a Luxie Precision foundation brush, which is just a flat like duo fiber brush, and just kind of paint it on. This is also, as the name suggests, a sheer gel, and it goes on fairly like sheerly. I don't know, it goes on without looking too much. And this one has some shimmers in it, but it doesn't really look shimmery on the cheeks, I don't think. My main issue with this, like when I was picking up a color, I had some struggles because I didn't really love the way they looked, and also this looks bright red, and if I swatch it, it also looks pretty intimidating. So I was kind of worried that it wouldn't look good on my fair skin tone, but being the sheer product that it is, it doesn't look super dark. But I would like a slightly lighter color, but it definitely, because it doesn't have that milky, like a pink can have like a more white base to it, but this one doesn't have a white base at all. It's just straight up dark pink, which on my fair skin is a little much, but as you can see, I can definitely share it out to, like, this is quite a bit of blush, but it looks pretty natural. It's like a pink flush. It actually doesn't look that good on camera, I realize now. On, like, in my mirror, it doesn't look that bad. On camera, I feel like it looks a little weird. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this looks pretty natural and just like a flush of color. But yeah, it's pretty dark, so if you are even lighter than me, you would have to be very light-handed, even though it's a sheer product, because it is bright pink. So that is the shade Dreamy Rose, which is the first shade. Looking at the rest of my face, because I haven't said anything, it looks pretty good. My concealer just started creasing, but probably won't even be able to tell that much, but I can fairly easily just tap out the creasing. I'm gonna try not setting it with powder and just see what it looks like when I'm done doing my eye makeup, and then I will be back to share my final thoughts with you. Okay, we are back and I have the rest of my makeup on, and I did film this look. If you are interested, let me know. If you're not interested, I might post it anyways. We'll see how happy I am with how it looks once I edit it. But I just put on some eye makeup and a little bit of lipstick, and I haven't done anything else to my face. I haven't set it, I haven't done anything. And now that it's been on for probably like 15-20 minutes, actually it's been almost an hour since I started applying it, but I don't feel like I need any powder. Actually, it looks fine. I don't know what I'll say about that later. Throughout the day I might feel like I need to powder, but I'm gonna try not to. And also, I haven't applied any powder under my eyes. I do a little bit of glitter fallout though, but it hasn't really been creasing after I tapped out my creases though that one time. So I will just continue. If I see any creasing, I will just tap it out, and we're gonna see how not setting this concealer works. If it doesn't work, it might work with powder on top, but I feel like this is the type of concealer where you might be able to wear it without setting it, actually, because it's a like all day type of concealer, and they are usually not as creasy, you know what I mean? So I am pretty happy with how this looks. I feel like the blush color maybe doesn't go that well with my eye look today, but we're gonna just not care about that because it's the face that we are looking at, and it is looking pretty good. Let's show you in natural lighting. Okay, so this is what it looks like in natural lighting. This is me in front of the window. I think it looks pretty good. I'm excited to see what it looks like tonight, but we will find out shortly in this video, 8 hours from now in real life, so stay tuned. So I'm back. It's much later. It's actually like 1 a.m. and I ended up being outside for longer than I anticipated, and I'm not only oily but also a little sweaty because I just walked for like 45 minutes. So this foundation thing has really like been tested. It's been about 9-10 hours. How long did it, yeah, so it's been about 10 hours since I was done doing my makeup. The eye makeup is holding up pretty well, but as you can see, my face is a oily, sweaty mess, which pretty much sums up what I think about this foundation thing. I did actually powder it about 3 hours after I did my makeup, so right before I was heading out I just put a little bit of blotting powder on just in my T-zone, and now I'm back to being fairly glowy, and the foundation has rubbed off a little bit on everywhere it needed to cover, and it has creased a little bit because I didn't set my concealer. It has creased a little bit under my eyes, and it's just not looking that cute, but I kind of guessed that that would happen. And also, it didn't look that bad a couple of hours ago. It's just now that it's been on for 10 hours and I've also been out walking and sweating, it just looks a little bit crazy. You can also kind of see the red spot here a little bit more, and it doesn't look the best. But I think I knew from the get-go that this would be a going out to run errands, just kind of if I needed something like a tinted moisturizer. I would definitely compare this to the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue foundation. I finished that one because it was a nice, just going out, not gonna stay out for a long time, just I need something on my face to make me look a little more fresh and alive. It has a similar texture to that as well, just kind of a gel-like. It even out the skin tone, but it doesn't really cover that much. So it's kind of similar to that, and I would definitely use this as a just going to the store. I want to feel a little more fresh, but I don't need my makeup to stay put. I wouldn't wear this to work. I should have done a wear test on this tomorrow actually, because I'm going to work for quite a few hours. I wouldn't do that because I want to look nice for work, and this would have looked pretty awful after a couple of hours of, because we have a lot of lighting and it's really hot in there, so this wouldn't have worked. And I kind of knew that because this type of formula isn't made to last for a really long time. It's more of a hydrate, protect, renew type of thing. So the Second Skin Hybrid Foundation claim, like, that is what it's supposed to be, and it's definitely, it looks natural and it covers a little bit, but it's still a more sheer coverage type of product, and that's what it is, and it's not claiming to be anything else. But yeah, that's what you're getting, and I can tell that this makeup needs to be removed as soon as possible, and I'm going to go to bed. So I hope you enjoyed my little review, and hopefully next time, if I ever do a wear test again, I'm going to be a little more prepared and not stay up later than I plan to, because it kind of messes up with my whole wear test thing. But I did wear it for a couple hours more than I thought it would, so maybe it's a good thing. But yeah, that is everything from me today. I wish I filmed an intro before I got this sweaty, but here we are, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun to make actually, because I had to kind of plan a little bit more and spend the day doing it. I don't normally have these days where I can actually spend almost an entire day doing a video, but I did today and it was fun. So I might do it again sometime soon. If you liked it, please give me a little comment and click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you enjoy your day and see you next time. Bye.